Hi, I'm Liz Lipski, the author of Digestive Wellness and Digestive Wellness for Children, and also the Director of Doctoral Studies at Hawthorne University. Today's topic is detoxification. Have you ever done a cleanse? Have you ever done a fast? Have you ever done a cleansing diet because you just felt like your body needed a good clean out? I've spent most of today cleaning out my closet, and at least once a year I also clean out my body. And I do that by doing a detoxification diet. Whether we like it or not, we live in the 21st century and we're exposed to toxins every day. There have been over 75,000 chemicals that are allowed for use in our culture. And every day the average person is exposed to 100 chemicals. Even if you try to eat organic foods and you try to live your life really carefully, we're exposed. Studies show that when you pump gasoline into your car, that there's gasoline in your bloodstream afterwards. If you go out to eat at a restaurant or on an airplane, you really have no idea the quality of the food and what kind of food additives might be in that food. Many of us eat fast foods that have questionable ingredients as well. Also, by the time we've left the house in the morning, many of us have been exposed to 50 or 75 chemicals, just from our toothpaste, our mouthwash, our shampoo, our soap, and if you're a woman, the makeup that you wear, or the hand lotion that you put on your face, or for men, the shaving cream that you use. So with that in mind, it's really great to clean our body out once in a while. And as I said, I do this at least once every year, and I've been doing it for the last 30 years. So who needs to detox? All of us need to detox. But we need to be careful, especially if you're on any medications. This is something that you should do with a doctor's approval and under supervision. Otherwise, if you're pretty healthy, this is something you can easily do at home on your own. Where in the body should we detoxify? Well, naturally, our body detoxifies through our skin. We blow our nose. We breathe in and out through our lungs and get rid of waste. We urinate, we defecate, we sweat. A lot of our body's energy goes to detoxification. But the one part of our body that's hardest to detoxify is the liver. The liver is such a workhorse in our body. I once heard a dean of a medical school say that he'd rather run every function of General Motors for a day than be his own liver for a single day. The liver balances blood sugar, makes cholesterol, makes bile, makes over 10,000 different types of enzymes to help us detoxify chemicals in our body and digest foods. The liver is a busy, busy organ. And what happens is, just like I said, I was cleaning out my closet today, what happens is that every once in a while the liver gets overwhelmed. And so it just stuffs things, toxins, in tissues and muscle and nerve cells for a rainy day and says, oh, someday I'll get around to cleaning out when I'm not so stressed. But that someday often doesn't happen because the liver keeps getting exposed to more and more toxic substances. And that rainy day, that quiet day for cleaning out never happens. So every year I like to encourage my liver to do this. The liver detoxifies in a two-stage system, and just to use that cleaning out my closet metaphor one more time, it does it in a two-phase system. First, what your liver does is in phase one, you actually take all those toxic things out of tissues. Just like when you're cleaning out your closet, sometimes you have to pull everything out to see what you really want to keep. So the liver does the same thing. It pulls everything out. And phase one liver detoxification requires most of our B-complex vitamins, some branched-chain amino acids, some bioflavonoids that we get from fruits and vegetables, and fats that we get from foods as well. Once phase one is complete and we pulled everything out of the closet or the tissues of our body, the liver works with phase two. And in phase two, it's where we actually take all those bags of stuff and we take them to our favorite charity, or we dump them in the garbage, and we get rid of everything that we don't want, and all those toxins leave the body. And how we do this in phase 2 is we actually conjugate those toxins. We take the toxic substances and we add a water-soluble molecule to them, and then we can urinate out all of these toxic substances from our body. And phase 2 uses primarily amino acids, things like N-acetylcysteine, cysteine, glutathione, glycine, and methionine. There are a lot of products on the market these days that have all the nutrients designed to help you with activating your phase 1 and phase 2 liver enzymes as well as you can. There are lots of different ways to detoxify. As I mentioned, there are lots of products. The one that I use most is a rice protein drink that's hypoallergenic, that has all the phase 1, phase new detoxification nutrients in it. I also use different products that have the same nutrients that are just in capsule form. And at the same time, I have people go on a really clean diet, take out the sugar, the alcohol, the caffeine, the white sugar, white flour products, soft drinks, and I have people just eat a really clean diet of meats and fish and chicken and rice and vegetables and fruits and nuts and seeds and legumes, things like black beans and red beans and garbanzo beans. Little bits of oil, and then also some spices and salt and pepper to make the foods taste really good. You can also, if you want, do fresh juicing with vegetables. Some of the most detoxifying juices would be things from the cabbage family. So little bits of cabbage and broccoli and Brussels sprouts and kale. Fresh apples and carrots make a really great base for fresh juices. I also sometimes like to put in parsley and celery and beets. Just about any vegetable that you can think of makes a great juice. And as you play with combinations, you'll find that you get a tasty one that you really love. I like to put a little bit of ginger to add a little bit of spice and enhance the detoxification for me as well. While you're detoxifying, make sure that you drink lots of water, because it's really important to flush these toxins out of the body, and also to make sure that you're having good bowel movements at least once or twice a day. And if you're not, you may want to add some flax seed meal or some other type of fiber so that you can have great bowel movements. As I said before, you want to cleanse at least once a year. Some people like to cleanse at least once a season. There are also herbs that you can use to help detoxify the liver. One of the most well-studied herb is milk thistle, which is also called silymarin. Milk thistle has been studied for people with hepatitis, for people with cirrhosis, and the studies show that it actually helps support and nourish the liver and help it detoxify. I also think of herbs and foods like dandelion and burdock root that are also so useful. There are also detoxifying teas that you can find in health food stores. And there's so many ways. As I said, your body wants to clean. It wants to detoxify. And it's our job at least once a year to give it some help doing this, so then we can live our crazy 21st century lives that we live anyway. If you'd like to know more about this, there's much that you can find online about detoxification, and there's a whole section in my book, Digestive Wellness, if you'd like to know more. Again, my name's Liz Lipski, and I hope you're well, and I wish you a happy and healthy life. Until next time, be well.